guys, it's your boy Mo. Now, today we're back in another video. Today we're back to a video called Whores on the Arabic Internet. Now, I know recently we were reacting to videos about Indonesian ghost hunting and them Arabian niggas that be going inside the haunted places and shit. And they be basically trying to hunt stuff down. You know what I'm saying? So while I was searching for videos like that, I found this, and I'm kind of interested in watching it. I just think foreign countries are pretty it's a very dark side to foreign countries, especially when you get in depths about jinns and all that. So this stuff just really it really sparks something in me, like a little thought. You know what I mean? It's something there about the I don't even know how to explain it to you, but it's really something there about the that's really intriguing. You know what I mean? It just sparks that part of my brain. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're gonna just react to that today, and it's pretty much because of the fact I don't even know what the fuck I want to see in this video. I don't know what the video is about for real, even though it says it. But I don't know what type of scary shit can happen in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. So yeah, we just going to get to the video. I ain't even gonna lie.
In the mid-2010s, the internet was busy developing its own unique genres of horror content. Before this era, the majority of spooky stuff you would find online would more or less be the same sort of content you could find offline, like scary commercials or clips from horror movies. But over the 2010s, creepypastas, internet mysteries, and ARGs would become essential parts of internet culture, creating a whole new subsection of horror media that only exists on the internet. Here in the West, we typically focus on the same few flavors of internet horror. Reddit mysteries, online rabbit holes, analog horror, you probably all know pretty well by now. But during this formative period in the mid-2010s, other parts of the world were also busy developing their own unique takes on internet horror. Like, for example, the Russian Death Files, which is a genre we've talked about often on this channel. Our first topic for today is one such unique non-Western niche of internet horror. On February 18th, 2017, new YouTuber Abdullah Al-Ambari would make his first upload. The video is a fairly standard urban exploration of the Khaybar Fort in Saudi Arabia. Abdullah takes us around, tells us a bit of backstory to the fort, and that's it. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. At least not until his second video, which was put up only 5 days later.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft Rewards and...
This clip is another urban exploration, this time of an abandoned hospital in the city of Mecca. The first thing you'll notice is some issues Abdullah is seemingly having with this camera, which appears to be glitching every so often. The second thing you'll notice is the overall different feeling of this video. While his first upload was bright, open, and displaying an interesting piece of history, this one is dark, claustrophobic, and showing us a decrepit building. We can only really see whatever Abdullah is pointing his flashlight at, and there's an eeriness that seems to pervade this entire video. Occasionally, we come across a dirty mattress on the ground, and as our cameraman gets deeper and deeper into the hospital, we can hear the increasingly loud sounds of a call to prayer that's been unrecognizably warped by the echoing empty stone hallways. Eventually, Abdullah makes it onto the roof of the building, which is when the tension plaguing the rest of the video seems to dissipate. We're no longer peeking around dark corners, the call to prayer sounds much more normal up here, and this is also where the video ends. While this clip is undeniably tense and creepy, it's a little hard to call it horror. But Abdullah wasn't done there. His next video will make it clear just which direction he was planning to take his channel in. The title of his next upload tells us that during this next Urbex adventure, he encountered a jinn. Alright, we gotta take a second here to go over what jinns are. In Western culture, we typically separate spirits into two categories, ghosts and demons. Demons are always bad, and ghosts are usually bad, but sometimes they can be good. Demons are inhuman supernatural creatures, whereas ghosts are implied to be the spirit of a person who's died. While there are demons in Arabic culture, most supernatural beings fall into the category of jinns, or as you may know them, genies. A jinn is not really a ghost, but is also more similar to a human than a ghost is. A ghost is kind of implied to be between the realms of the living and the realms of the dead.
You can't see a genie though, right? Because you gotta think about like this, when it has something to do with witchcraft and all that other type of stuff, that's the type of powers that these motherfuckers have. So, I don't really know how to really explain that to y'all, but anybody that works with some type of shit like that, that's basically what they working with. They working with jinns, bro. So like, yeah, that's that though. And then also we also don't believe that because as y'all know I'm Muslim, right? We don't believe that ghosts exist. You know what I'm saying? We believe it's just jinns, shaitan, you got angels, and I think that's about it. Anything else supernatural, that would be falling under like jinn and stuff. Like anything supernatural that's like bad. You know what I'm saying? Like bad or good. I mean, the supernatural is basically just like I'm fucking confusing myself, but y'all get the point, man.
But jinns very much live on this mortal plane of existence. Just like humans, they have free will and can even live as practicing Muslims, which will help them when they die because in Islam, jinns are subject to the same divine judgment from God that humans are. Jinns are usually invisible, but can shapeshift and appear as whatever creature or being they choose to. They typically live in dark, desolate, and abandoned places deep in the desert.
Was it?
Their intentions towards people are more or less neutral.
I think it was smokeless fire,
something like that. You can think of jinns as like
a
race of humanoid cryptids that live alongside humans, sometimes helping us, sometimes hurting us. Abdullah's third video starts with him walking in the desert alone at night.
Also, another thing too, if y'all don't know this, everybody has their own jinn as well, and everybody has their own angels, if y'all ain't know that. I just really wanted to let y'all know that. I think that's pretty much believable, if you ask me.
Carrying a flashlight and his camera. He's walking up to another abandoned fortress. This one apparently has a reputation for being inhabited by jinn. Only 2 minutes into the video, just as he's approaching the entrance to the fortress, this happens.
تحسن من المنطقة الوسطى. أحاول أسجل قدر الإمكان بأسرع وقت المقاطع، لكن ما ألحق أسفل الأحمر عين. إيش هذا؟ شايفين؟
As indicated by the always useful red circle, Abdullah appears to have already come across a jinn before even setting foot into the supposedly haunted fortress. He calls out to the creature but receives no response. So, apparently not feeling any sort of fear or hesitation at this seemingly frightening situation, he begins to walk towards the entity. But when he gets to the entrance, it's no longer there. The rest of the video is much like the last, a tense urban exploration video of a dark and decrepit place. Putting the supposed jinn sighting at the beginning of this clip was probably just a tactic to drive viewership, but what Abdullah also succeeded in doing was planting the seeds for a homegrown and entirely Arabic form of internet horror. Arab ghost hunting. Ghost hunting in the West typically follows a very particular format that you're almost certainly familiar with. A team of quote-unquote paranormal experts enter a supposedly haunted place, set up a bunch of fancy equipment, and try to capture evidence of the supernatural. Not much usually happens in these investigations, and when things do happen, there are usually vague sounds or faint orbs captured on camera. These shows and videos always present themselves as scientific investigations of something that's inherently unscientific, and they often end up being a little boring and dry because of it. Arab ghost hunting, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. There's no fancy equipment, just brave adventurers with their flashlights and cell phone cameras. This is the WWE version of ghost hunting, and it's
Hey, bro, what the hell's going on? Wait, bro, is he hanging from the ceiling?
A couple of videos were fairly tame.
Yo, like,
tilt
the camera on, my nigga.
As he became more and more popular.
You my man, what fucking laugh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. شوف لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. أمامك. بسم الله. إيش؟
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom. We'll see about that. All right, let me try to make up a site to sell some like theoretical sambucha kombucha. Make me a...
فكرين هناك هذه الممرات كلها كاملة. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله. بسم الله.
I think what makes these videos so unsettling isn't just the paranormal activity, a lot of the creepiness is driven by the setting. Remember when I said how jinns are thought to inhabit dark and abandoned places deep in the desert? All these Arab ghost hunting channels follow this idea, and these videos are mostly filmed in these really creepy, decrepit buildings. Even if there were no dark figures crossing into view, or doors slamming, or sounds of distant screaming echoing through the empty hallways, these videos would still be pretty creepy. There are two main channels that pioneered Arab ghost hunting. One of them is obviously Abdullah al-Anbari. The other one, though, is Hassan Barbar. Hassan Barbar started his channel about a year and a half after Abdullah al-Anbari. The content is very similar. Vertical cell phone videos showing abandoned Middle Eastern buildings illuminated by a flashlight with the occasional encounter with jinns. Where Hassan differs, though, is the directness of his paranormal encounters. In Abdullah al-Anbari's videos, the horror tends to be pretty similar to something like a found footage movie. You never really see the jinns up close, you only ever catch vague glimpses of them moving in the distance. What you do see are the things the jinns are doing, like door slamming, loud strange sounds, or objects breaking. I think keeping the thing terrorizing you as an unknown is a good way to make horror more effective, but Hassan Barbar has a very different way of doing things. In his videos, he almost always gets up close and personal with jinns. Usually this manifests as Hassan walking up to a hooded figure that has their back towards the camera, and then they have a conversation. The voices of these jinns generally tends to be pretty strange, and they all seem to speak with this weird cadence.
أنا جايب التلاميذ سهل. بدفع. أقتل واحدة منكم. طب أشوف وجهك.
Hey, come on, bro. You know I gotta go to sleep after this, right? Right?
أنت إيش؟
Right?
أنت مين؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the following video, Hassan is walking through the hills of Jordan alone at night. As always, only armed with a flashlight and a cell phone. He eventually spots a lone figure standing still in a ravine in the distance. He walks towards it and gets close enough to talk to it, but the jinn doesn't say anything. He just stands there staring at Hassan. The jinn's face seems to be obscured by long, light hair, but from what we can see of his face, it appears to have darkish gray skin. At some points in the video, the jinn will open and close his mouth erratically as if it's talking in some frantic manner, but no sound appears to come out.
غريب. أنت بشر أنت. خوان إيش هاد؟
Hassan continues to try to talk to the jinn, but to no avail, and he eventually decides to leave, turning his back every few seconds to make sure the jinn is still in the same spot.
والله. والله. والله كان.
I don't know, man. The sheer absurdity of this is enough to make it creepy. Not much else really happens in the video. After that weird jump scare, Hassan mostly just backs away from the jinn until the video ends. In another face-to-face encounter with the jinn, Hassan is giving his intro to the camera when he gets interrupted by a voice calling out to him in the distance.
بدي وصف الكل يدعم الإخوان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وينك؟
Hassan cuts his intro short and begins searching for whoever was trying to talk to him. He begins shining his flashlight through the
Hey,
heart
this
of
shit got a
an
new lighting
unseen
going on,
abandoned
bro.
building.
You gotta
He
move,
eventually
man.
sees a dark figure standing at the
Too
end
fucking
of one of
close,
them.
man. Hopefully y'all don't hear this in this video though. Like I could see it like interacting with the audio.
عرفتني؟
That motherfucker just spoke. Why are you not leaving, bro? Yo, why are you not leaving?
The
Bro? I'm
Jinn and
telling you,
Hassan begin following each
Bro.
other around this abandoned building.
bro, you're fucking lying, yo. I swear, bro. I feel like these third world countries, they be having the worst supernatural experiences ever, gang. Cause, bro, you will never see this in America. Like every ghost hunting video that I've watched on my gosh TV, who else? I can't really say Ghost Adventures because Ghost Adventures, from what I heard, that shit was how do I even explain it? I think they said Ghost Adventure was basically rigged or some shit like that, or it was fake. One of them Jones. But I ain't never seen no shit like that, bro. Like seriously, yo, I'm telling you, them third world country like gens, bro. Like they really be showing themselves. They bold as shit. Like
Carrying
yo,
on a conversation
look
that
at
appears
this,
to be
bro.
mostly made up of the Jinn.
Yo,
Asking
I
Hassan
can't even name a video that I've seen in the U.S. where a motherfucker showed us some shit like this, bro.
on nonsense riddles.
This motherfucker's really showing himself.
Whoa. What's that? I just put the budgeting app in
This
basement
motherfucker is really showing himself. Yo,
The Jinn in this case just appears to be a guy wearing tape on his face. It's so simple and stupid
that
on the
don't
surface,
look like
but
tape. How
just
the
like
fuck
last
you know that's
video,
tape,
the
my
sheer
nigga?
absurdity of this
How,
situation combined with the set.
how do you know that he's not basically posing? How do you know it's not posing itself as an amputated or a belated? Fuck. I'm a can't even find a word. I can't say amputated. Mutated, malated, man. I don't. Alright, let me shut the fuck up, bro. Like, what?
Creepy in a surreal
I can't even
way.
say it right, man.
Hassan Barber has a ton of videos, each with their own.
They don't like
wacky
no
twist
goddamn
on what
tape
a
though,
Jinn
gang.
is.
That's something else. That Jin got a throw bone.
While the Jinns in Abdullah al-Ambari's videos tend to follow a more Western form of ghosts and hauntings, Hassan appears to stick closer to the more traditional idea of jinns. Not really ill-intentioned ghosts, but rather another race of human-like creatures with supernatural powers that live alongside us. With a traditional jinn being neutral towards us, an encounter with one of them is more likely to be just weird than bad or good. Maybe this doesn't always make for scarier videos, but I think it does make them quite a bit more interesting and unique. Arab ghost hunting creators have garnered huge followings over the years. Hassan Barber, for example, has almost 900,000 subscribers on YouTube and close to 2 million followers on TikTok. With so much attention on these videos, it's no surprise that Arab ghost hunting has blossomed into its own niche, with countless smaller creators replicating the format, which has also brought about new trends in the genre. Like, for example, there's a sort of reckless fearlessness in a lot of Arab ghost hunting videos. When some of these investigators hear jinns stirring somewhere in the depths of one of these abandoned buildings, it doesn't strike any kind of fear. Instead, they break out in a mad dash towards the source of the sound.
Why are you chasing it down?
Like anything
These
in
motherfuckers
life,
bold
Arab
as
ghost hunting
shit,
was
yo.
not born in a vacuum. In fact, the format is almost a carbon copy of
I'm
this
about to reenact
supposedly
that one day.
viral
I ain't
video
gonna go to
from
X
many
on
years
because I'm
ago.
playing, but like, yeah. What's going on?
The video begins with what seems to be a view out the front of a car on a desert road at night. As the clip goes on, a white figure slowly makes its way into the shot.
I remember seeing this, bro.
The
Like,
person
this is
appears
an old
hunched
ass
over
video
and
from like
walks with a very
2014,
strange
bro.
gait. They use a cane to keep themselves upright. As they make their way towards the car, the driver appears to get spooked and begins frantically reversing. And just like an
That's a
animal
video
whose
from
predator
2014,
instinct
bro.
has
I
been
think you should
activated,
unedit
the
out
strange
the
figure begins
compilation,
chasing
bro.
the car,
Like,
eliciting
seriously.
screams from those within it.
Like, you.
claiming that the video was filmed in Lancashire in the UK. You know, the famous deserts of Lancashire. None of this speculation ultimately matters though,
Why the fuck did
because the
Brazil like
voices in
that?
the video are speaking Arabic, and the clip does appear to be filmed in some sort of desert-like place, so I think we can assume that it was at least filmed in an Arabic country. But there is another piece of evidence to support that it could have been filmed specifically in Saudi Arabia. Despite the conservative nature of Islam, belief in the supernatural is actually somewhat common in Muslim culture. Witches and jinns are not fictional concepts to many Arab people in the Middle East, they're simply a fact of life. So much so that in 2009, the Saudi Arabian government formally organized an anti-witchcraft unit to deal with the threats posed by black magic to the public. This has more or less caused a modern-day witch hunt in the country, with 118 people arrested on charges of witchcraft in 2009 alone. By 2011, the unit had brought about almost 600 arrests related to witchcraft and black magic, which mostly targeted foreign workers from Africa and other parts of Asia. Is it possible that this really is a clip of 2 Saudi police officers investigating a potential witch? Personally, I think this video is fake. Like I said earlier, it's almost a carbon copy of these Arab ghost hunting videos that will become popular only a couple years later. Both are vertical videos taken in the desert at night, approaching some strange ghostly figure. I think this witch video is merely the prototype for all the Arab ghost hunting videos that came after it. In terms of the origins of this clip, a user on Reddit was able to find the oldest upload on YouTube, which is from December 2014, but I don't think this is the original version of this video. According to this comment I found on Reddit, this clip was very popular quite a while ago in Saudi Arabia, but it found its way between people not on YouTube, but in WhatsApp groups. This would explain the lack of a single origin for this video. There just simply isn't one on the surface internet. This commenter also says his personal theory is that this video shows us a mentally ill Bedouin person accidentally spooking the people filming in the car. The Bedouin are a group of Arab tribes that live a traditional nomadic lifestyle. This would explain not only the strange clothes the supposed witch in the video is wearing, but also why they're in the desert at night in the first place. I think this is a plausible theory, but I do personally think the entire thing is fake, just like the Arab ghost hunting videos. This video going viral purely through being shared around private groups is not something that really happens anymore. But it was very common back in the early days of Web 2.0, and it's why a lot of older creepy videos have such dubious origins. There just isn't a single point of entry in the surface web someone can point to and say, that's where this video comes from. Our final topic for today is a video we've already discussed in the past on this channel, and it's one that has mysterious origins for similar reasons, and we're going to uncover some new information about it today.
Ever wondered if your Mac is underperforming? If you have spare 4 minutes, check it with Clean Mind.
Back in the summer of 2024, I wanted to make a video about the scary things you could find on YouTube that had very little views. YouTube's unwatched horrors. When coming up with an intro for that video, I want to talk about a personal experience I had stumbling across something terrifying on YouTube that felt like nobody else had seen. After all, horror is greatly intensified when it's felt in isolation. Adding context, a backstory, and sharing in the experience with others just lessens the overall feeling of unease. The video I chose to go with was Kuyang Daya. Yeah, it wasn't unwatched by a long shot, but back when I first saw it in 2013, it wasn't a commonly passed around video, and there was next to no information about it online. Most of the comments were written in Indonesian, and it truly felt like I clicked on something that I shouldn't have, which was the feeling I wanted to capture. As we talked about in Unwatched Horrors, and as other YouTubers have also covered, Kuyang Daya depicts a sort of sideshow attraction that's common in Pakistan. A man sticks his head through a box to make it look like he has the body of a stuffed fox, and onlookers pay to have a conversation with him. He acts as a sort of fortune teller. The most popular of these fortune tellers is known as Mumtaz Begum. In almost all the footage online you'll find of these strange sideshows
I ain't
are
gonna lie,
specifically
y'all doing some creepy ass shit over there, man. Y'all need to stop, man.
showing you this fortune teller. And that leaves us with a question. Where does this clip in particular come from? Because this is one of the only videos I could find
do
online
not think that's what that
of
is.
one of these fortune tellers that is not Mumtaz Begum.
I don't even think
And
that's
on
a
top of
table.
the
That's like a
creature
mat,
in Kuyang
nigga.
Daya appears to be in some sort of state of distress. Its lips move in an unnatural manner and
That
it makes
is
no
not.
sound.
Listen, that
It's
is
a lot more
not.
unsettling looking than Mumtaz Begum.
Look like he's behind a cage, bro.
At the the end of YouTube's Unwatched Horrors, I told you guys that I was actually able to uncover some information about Kuyan Dayak that nobody else had previously uncovered. Mostly that there was a much earlier and much more viral upload of it that was put up on YouTube all the way back in 2007. This version has 24 million views, and it in turn links back to this Indonesian news website which contains an article discussing the video. The article says that the video actually depicts a disobedient child that has been transformed into an awful creature. But more importantly for our story, it says that the incident occurred in an Arab country. In YouTube's Unwatched Horrors, I had said that even this 2007 upload was probably not the original version because it contains music, whereas Kuyan Dayak seems to contain the original audio, which means it must have been taken from a different upload. Is there a chance that the true and possibly Arabic origin of Kuyan Dayak is out there somewhere in some forgotten corner of the internet? After a bit of digging, I was able to find a slightly earlier upload on YouTube. This one is from February 2007, and wouldn't you know it, both the title and the audio in the video are in Arabic. In fact, the audio here is completely different than Kuyan Dayak. It would appear that Chibong182, the channel that uploaded Kuyan Dayak, dubbed his own audio into this video for whatever reason. The title of this upload when translated into English reads, "A Girl Who Turns Into an Animal." The audio in the video makes a lot more sense in this version. It's obviously
That's the
Arabic,
channel name
and
too?
the creature
What the
isn't
fuck?
just moving its lips with no sound coming out, it was actually talking all along.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, that is not. Oh, that's real.
I turned on auto-translated captions to get an idea of the conversation that was happening, which appears to be pretty normal for this sort of sideshow attraction. The cameraman and his friends are basically just asking the creature why it's so strange. This upload has 13 million views, and I think it's safe to say that this is the true origin for Kuyan Dayak, at least on the surface web. I wouldn't be surprised if this video was originally passed around privately using Bluetooth file sharing on flip phones or whatever other low-tech techniques for passing around videos existed back then. Searching the title on Google, I was able to find some pretty old posts on some Arabic forums, but nothing suggesting that there's an earlier upload out there. I think we can finally call this case closed for Kuyan Dayak. I hope you guys enjoyed today's exploration into some of the horrors lurking in the Arabic internet.
Yeah.
If you're still watching this far into the video, why not consider subscribing? And if you want more of what we do, we have a Patreon where you can find exclusive bonus
No, I'm
content.
good, bro. I'm good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but after every single video like this, I feel kind of disappointed. Because of the fact that, like, I expected it to be way more scarier, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really just what I be expecting from these videos. I be expecting them to be way more scarier and all that other type of stuff. But, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all stay safe out there. Hope y'all enjoyed. We out, we bipping. I'll probably catch up with another upload tomorrow. I ain't even gonna lie to you, though. You know what I'm saying?